Historians still argue about the dedication of the poem I Loved You by Alexander Pushkin. There are two versions of who exactly Pushkin addressed these brilliant lines to. For a long time, it was believed that the addressee was Karolina Sobanska. The poet met this stunning lady in his youth during his southern exile in 1821. The beauty captivated Alexander Sergeyevich's romantic imagination. For almost 10 years, he adored her. Even in 1830, already preparing for his engagement to his future wife, he wrote to the proud lady begging for her friendship, but she did not respond. The second version, which is the most widely known and believed, is that the woman to whom he could have addressed these poignant lines was Anna Olenina. Anna Olenina was the daughter of the president of the Academy of Arts and the cousin of Anna Kern, another muse of the poet. Pushkin was in love with Olenina. He had known her since a young age, and after returning to Petersburg from exile, he courted the young lady, regularly visiting her father's house, where the educated society gathered. In the summer of 1828, Pushkin proposed to Olenina but received a decisive rejection. The poem I Loved You is a farewell to a beloved. In 1829, when it was written, the poet proposed to Natalia Goncharova. This exquisite work was presented to the judgment of readers the following year, in 1830. It was first published in the almanac Northern Flowers. Next, I will read this beautiful poem slowly for you, so that you can repeat after me and learn it by heart if you wish. I will also provide you with the English translation and transcription to make it easier for you to understand how to pronounce Russian words. The translation I am providing is not a poetic translation. It's a word-by-word translation to help you understand the meaning of the poem. Я вас любил. Любовь еще, быть может, в душе моей угасла не совсем. Но пусть она вас больше не тревожит. Я не хочу печалить вас ничем. Я вас любил безмолвно, безнадежно, то робостью, то ревностью томим. Я вас любил так искренно, так нежно, как дай вам Бог, любимый быть другим. In this beautiful verse, the poet tells of an unrequited love with which it's time to say goodbye. And although the lyrical hero hasn't completely stopped loving the one he addresses, he is ready to leave everything in the past. He confesses to the woman, showing her what she has lost, his sincerity, devotion, tenderness, and everything he was willing to lay at her feet. The last lines particularly show the nobility of the lyrical hero. He wishes happiness to his beloved with another, despite still loving her himself. This thought concludes the poem. Alexander Sergeyevich used a simple single-part composition for his work, thematically dividing it into 3 components using a refrain. The first part coincides with the first stanza. In it, the poet confesses his love and admits to himself and to the beloved woman that the feeling has not yet completely faded. However, he will no longer trouble her with his confessions, as he does not want to cause her sadness. The second part also begins with the words I loved you, and in it the author describes the nature of his feeling, speaking of its hopelessness, the jealousy that tormented him, the shyness that prevented him from speaking out earlier. And the final part, the wish for happiness to the beloved woman. The work is written in a very simple language, which brings it closer to colloquial speech, making the confession more vivid and sincere. The poem is very melodious. This allowed it to be set to music, making it one of the most popular romances of the 20th century. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for new poems from Russian classics that you can learn with me by heart.